Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is John 117 Jr. Hope you guys are having a great new year. 2018 is going to be the year. I'm feeling it. But anyway, guys, today what I want to talk about is the main thing that will make or break Halo 6, and really kind of the key factor in every single Halo game, and that is the maps. Now, let me explain a little bit. Now, we look at kind of the classic Halo games, Halo 1 through 3, and you look at every single one of those maps, and every single one was just iconic and beautiful and just memories. I mean, I can go back and I could play any of those maps and I would be happy to play those maps. Now, you kind of look at Halo 4, we'll say the new style a little bit, like Halo 4 and Halo Reach. We're going to talk about Halo 5 because that's kind of what the main focus of this video is a little bit. You look at Halo 4, most of those maps, if like a good 75% of those maps were just amazing maps. I mean, there was a few of them that weren't the best, but they weren't terrible. I mean, to say there's a few things here and there that are just kind of like meh, but they're not bad. I mean, come on. Halo 4 wasn't a bad game. I mean, some people will say, but really, Halo 4's maps were really good. I really loved those maps. If you look at Halo Reach's maps, those maps were just absolutely stunning and beautiful. I'm still praying for like a Halo Reach remastered or something like that. But anyway, getting off topic here, Halo Reach's maps were absolutely stunning and beautiful. Now, there were some maps that kind of catered to abilities a little bit, but not really. I mean, they didn't, okay, that was kind of a wrong word to use. They didn't cater to them, but they, like, if you had a jetpack, I mean, they could assist a little bit. Those maps were not made for abilities. I mean, if you had like a jetpack or something like that, or you had sprint, or you had whatever, I mean, they could definitely help in certain scenarios on certain maps, but I mean, they weren't catered. You didn't have to clamber up to get the invis or etc. put here, or you didn't have to jump through this window, Spartan thruster over wherever to get through another window. I mean, those maps were just made for kind of, I feel like they were made for the classic style a little bit, but then there was like elements put in to kind of assist with those Spartan abilities a little bit. I don't know. I feel like that was definitely in mind, and I feel like that's really the direction that Halo 6 needs to go. Halo 6 needs to definitely go in that direction of Halo Reach, and maybe Halo 4 a little bit. I mean, Halo 4 was awesome, my personal opinion. Not everyone's going to agree on that. But I mean, let's go back real quick before we talk about Halo 6. Halo 5. Let's look at Halo 5's maps. Every single one of those maps are just, they're not very memorable. I mean, yeah, you got some of them that you know, but it's just not they're not memorable, you know? I mean, some of them look really good, but I mean, the really key factor that I feel like really hurt the maps in Halo 5 was that the fact that some of them were made completely in Forge. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Forge. I'm not very good at Forge myself, but I mean, there can be some crazy awesome things that can be made in Forge, but I don't feel like the main maps need to be made in Forge. I mean, maybe some community made maps in Forge, that would be awesome, but I mean, not really 343 making maps in Forge and putting them in the main game. Because I mean, if you do that, I mean, you look at Halo 5, I mean, you look at some maps that were made in Forge and it's just kind of like, we used these elements, but we moved it around a little bit and called it a new map. That's pretty much what I feel like when I see a Forge map. I mean, yeah, they can make some classic maps like that in Forge and it's cool and all, but it doesn't feel the same. Sometimes it doesn't play the same either. But I mean, you look at a great example of the Haven remake in Halo 5. That was an awesome map. I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. That's how a map should be made, and I definitely want to come back to that. But that map was gorgeous, and the way they did it, I mean, they did change a few things up. They added like a few windows on the sides. They did add where you can kind of clamber on some sides a little bit. Just kind of, it didn't cater to those abilities, but it definitely be assisted by those in the map, or if that makes sense. But that map was perfect, and I feel like the Halo 5 really needed more maps like that. I mean, it was a Haven remake, hello, but I mean, that's really where Halo 5 went wrong, is the maps in Halo 5 are just, they're not good. I'm sorry, I don't want to say terrible, but they're just not good, and that's really where Halo 5 started to dip down. I mean, even if you look at back, like, even beta days and first day one, I mean, the maps in Halo 5 are totally different now. Looking at, what is it, 2 years now, past 2 years of Halo 5, I mean, those maps have gone through a total different change. They are pretty much totally different maps. I mean, they have whole new areas. Everything is switched around. I feel like during the like a year ago during Halo 5, every other week 343 was changing up something on the map, and they just couldn't get anything to stick, I guess to say. I don't know why they were changing up maps so frequently, but I mean, it didn't work. Obviously, we can tell from Halo 5. None of those maps, I'm not going to remember any of those maps after Halo 6 is made. You know, you kind of want you want to make those maps that are rememberable and iconic. You look, I mean, they made a Haven remake. I mean, there's some of the maps in Halo 5 weren't good, so they had to bring in some of these maps from previous Halo games to kind of make Halo 5 a little bit better. And that's really the key factor I feel when I'm making a Halo game is, okay, well, I've never personally made a video game before, but I mean, from what I've observed a little bit is the maps will either make or break the game. I mean, really, any game. It's not just Halo. I mean, any single game. I mean, you look at Infinite Warfare. I mean, those maps were just those maps were catered to the abilities. And I mean, again, with Infinite Warfare, I mean, those were catered to the abilities. Now, Infinite Warfare is that train wreck. But I mean, Advanced Warfare, I feel like I actually really liked Advanced Warfare. I'm not here to talk about Call of Duty, but I mean, those maps were just basically catered to those abilities, and that's kind of the step in the direction where Halo 5 took. And you look at Call of Duty, you look at those games, and those are probably the worst Call of Duty games in the series. And Halo 5 kind of went through that same phase a little bit there, and it's not the greatest Halo game in the world. It's probably one of the worst Halo games in the world. Unfortunately, I hate to say that. I hate saying negative things about Halo, but unfortunately, that is just the truth. It is probably the worst Halo in the series, or in any single Halo game, and because the maps were catered to Spartan abilities. Now, I want to go back to Halo Reach a little bit. Now, Halo Reach, again, those maps were just beautiful, and they didn't cater, but Spartan abilities can assist to kind of map control a little bit and kind of movement on the map a little bit, but they weren't the main focus. And I feel like that's really where Halo 6 needs to step in. They need to kind of make the maps not cater them to Spartan abilities, because I mean, let's be honest, I mean, me personally, I really would love to see a classic style, no sprint, no nothing. I think that would be awesome for Halo 6. But will that happen? Probably not, unfortunately. But you know what, they're probably going to throw in sprint, but if they're going to throw in a few Spartan abilities, I mean, please only make it like one or two. Please get rid of Spartan Charge. Please get rid of Ground Pound. Nobody likes those. Those are just cheap ways to get kills, and it's just annoying, and I hate it. And people aren't, I mean, they want to make a skill-based game, but they make cheap tactics to put in the game like that. I don't know about that one. But anyway, moving forward to Halo 6, Halo 6 needs to have those beautiful, beautiful maps. They do not need to be made in Forge. Please do not make maps in Forge in Halo 6. Forge is a great tool, don't get me wrong again, but I mean, please make these from scratch. Make them like Halo 2, like the classic Halo games and every single Halo game before it. Do not make them in Forge. Now, I mean, again, there was some made in Forge, but I mean, looking like Halo 1, 2, and 3, I don't think any of those, maybe Halo 3 a little bit, because I think that's when Forge was introduced, but I mean, still, every single one of those maps were just made from scratch, and just absolutely beautiful, beautiful maps that went down in history. Halo 6 needs those maps that go down in history. I'm praying and hoping that 343, I'm hoping that someone from 343 is watching this video, and if you are, you guys are awesome, but I'm telling you here, please make amazing. I believe in you guys. I believe in 343. I've said this so many times in previous videos, but I believe in 343, and I believe that they will deliver an amazing Halo 6 game. I mean, maybe I don't like the fact that they don't listen to the community very much, but I mean, it's whatever. It's their thing. It's all right, whatever. Just please, I'm begging, please make these maps from scratch. Make them just amazing, iconic maps. I know you guys can do it. I believe in you guys. I mean, you may look at the Haven remake. I don't even know what it's called in Halo 5, but the Haven remake in Halo 5 was just absolutely stunning. Please 343, make more maps like that in Halo 6. Anyway, guys, that's really it for me today. Let me know in the comments down below. One last thing before I leave, actually, I want to mention one little thing. Now, I saw a video the other day from the Act Man. I believe it was his second channel. He kind of talked about Spartan abilities and something like that, and he said something that kind of piqued my interest a little bit. He said that in Halo 6, it would be cool to see like Spartan abilities be a pick-upable thing, like kind of like in Halo Reach a little bit, where you can kind of switch things out and kind of was it Halo 6? Or no, it was Halo Reach? I think it was Halo Reach, where you can kind of switch things. No, it was Halo 4. Forgive me, it was Halo 4, where you can kind of switch things out and change up your abilities and stuff like that, but you always had sprint. And I think, that would be kind of cool to have those but on the map, but, I kind of like those invisibility and the overshield. So, I mean, that's a great idea. Don't get me wrong, I think that's an amazing idea, but I don't know about that one. But what really kind of got my mind thinking a little bit is kind of, I mean, a lot of people really want to see playable elites return in Halo 6, and I'm on that list of the petition of please bring back playable elites in Halo 6. But that kind of got me thinking a little bit, because I mean, Halo Reach, and you had like your abilities for your Spartans, and then you had some abilities for the elites. Now, I think that would be super interesting in Halo 6 if you had like only one or two Spartan abilities, and I mean, maybe sprint if they can fit it in. Again, you got to make those maps. You don't got to cater them to the abilities, but they can assist if need be. But I mean, again, we've talked about this in this whole video, but that would be super cool if kind of the elites and the Spartans have total different abilities and you kind of could pick and choose a little bit. I don't know. I think that would be super cool. I don't know about droppable weapons or droppable abilities on the map, but I think that would definitely be super cool to have playable elites having different abilities than the Spartans, and kind of how that would mix up the game a little bit, and the competitive side, maybe that would change things. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about that, and I'll also leave the video to Actman's video. I think it was on his second channel in the video description down below. Anyway, guys, that's really it for me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below again what your guys' thoughts and feelings are on this. Are the maps a key factor of making a good Halo game, of making a good any game, really? Let me know in the comments if you guys agree or disagree. I want to hear what you guys' opinions and thoughts are. Anyway, guys, that's really it for me for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit that like button. If more Halo videos, hit that subscribe button. I love you guys to death. That's all for me for today. I'm out, guys. Peace.